Hi folks, welcome back to our Forex trading course. Today we are doing Forex Intermediate episode 6, and this is our lesson objective. In this lesson, you'll understand what engulfing candlesticks are. You'll be able to differentiate the types of engulfing candlesticks pattern. You'll be able to learn why engulfing candlesticks patterns are high probability, and also you will understand how to trade engulfing candlesticks patterns in terms of entry, continuation, and exit. Okay. So engulfing candlesticks patterns, these are two candlesticks patterns. This means that for them to form, there have to be a participation of two candles. Okay. And the reason we are saying that engulfing candlesticks patterns are two candlesticks patterns because they involve two candles to be combined together to form a pattern. The pattern involves two candles, whereby the latter candle engulfs the entire body of the prior candle. Okay, I'll be able to demonstrate that. There are two types of engulfing patterns. We have bullish engulfing pattern and we have bearish engulfing pattern. Bullish engulfing pattern. This is a high probability candlestick pattern that you need to master and know how to trade it effectively because it is high probability. These are candlesticks that forms what we call the demand zone. When we talk about the demand and supply strategy, so bullish engulfing patterns, they help to identify very effective or high probability demand zones. Okay, but for today we are not going to cover the demand zones and supply zones, but we are just going to look at the bullish and bearish engulfing pattern as they form. Therefore, the pattern contains two candles where the second candle completely engulfs the body of the previous candle. Also, you need to note that for this pattern to be valid, the first candlestick should be bearish and the second candlestick should be bullish. Okay, this pattern indicates a reversal of a downtrend. Therefore, it acts as a buy signal. In this chart, you can be able to see where I have circled. This is where we have the bullish engulfing pattern. You can see we have a small sell candle. We said that the first candle has to be a sell candle, and then we have a big buy candle. So this big buy candle engulfs the small sell candle, okay? And therefore, it forms our pattern, what we call bullish engulfing pattern. As you look, you can see this is a downtrend. We say that they form at the end of a downtrend, signifying reversal. So this was a downtrend. The moment they formed here, therefore, the moment this candlestick pattern formed here, it signifies reversal of the trend. And you can see the market reversed and went for a buy. Therefore, when you're trading this candle, once the bullish candle that engulfs the sell candle completes forming, this is where you have your entry. Okay, so this is your buy entry. Your stop loss or SL should be slightly below the low of this bullish engulfing pattern. And therefore, like I said in the previous lesson, you need to shoot for at least 1:3 risk to reward ratio, meaning that whatever you are risking here must be 3 times of what you are looking to attain. Okay, so as usual, you look at the left. This is where you have your previous high, and therefore this will be your TP1 or a place where you'll take your partial profits. Then again here we have an high, so this is where you have TP2 where you take your partial profits again, and your TP3, which is the final TP, is at the high here where I have drawn this line. Okay, so there are key pointers that you need to understand when you're trading bullish engulfing pattern. So number one, you need to remember that the prior trend should be a downtrend. Okay, like we have seen, the prior trend, this is the trend before the candlesticks happen. So this should be a downtrend, and as you can see here, it's a downtrend. The second candle should be a buy candle and must engulf the body of the first candle. So in our pattern here, the second candle should be a buy candle. This is our second candle, it's a buy candle, and it should engulf the body of this first candle, which is a sell candle. And you can see it completely engulfs this candle. Then you need to have your stop loss slightly below the low of the bullish engulfing. Like we pointed out, your stop loss should be slightly below here. You can see. And you also need to note that bullish engulfing patterns will signify continuation of an uptrend. This is when they form in the middle of an uptrend. Okay. When you see this bullish engulfing pattern forming in the middle of an uptrend, they signify continuation of an uptrend. Also, you need to remember that they are used as an exit strategy in a downtrend. So when we are talking as an exit strategy, this is a downtrend. Let's say you are in a trade. You are trading this pattern, you had identified an entry and you were in the trade as the pattern, as the trend was coming all the way down. So the moment this formed, this could be your exit point. Let's say, for instance, you had entered here for a sell, and the moment you see this candlestick pattern, you exit because it signifies a reversal of the trend. Okay? So when we say that bullish engulfing patterns will signify continuation of an uptrend, this is when they form in the middle of an uptrend. You can see this was our uptrend, or this is the uptrend, and at the middle of it we have this bullish engulfing pattern signifying continuation. You can see the market went all the way up. It went all the way up after the formation of this candlestick. So this signifies continuation. Let's look at bearish engulfing pattern. And with the bearish engulfing pattern, it contains two candles where the second candle completely engulfs the body of the previous candle. Also, for the pattern to be valid, the first candle should be bullish and the second candle should be bearish. Okay? This pattern indicates a reversal of an uptrend. Thus, it's a sell signal. In this example, where I've circled, this is where we have our pattern, bearish engulfing pattern, and we have a buy candle. The first candle should be a buy candle, and the second candle that engulfs the first candle should be a sell candle, which engulfs this buy candle, and therefore forming bearish engulfing pattern. With this pattern, once the second candle, which engulfs the first candle, completes forming, that's where you have your entry. You take your sell entry. Remember, we said that these are they indicate or they show sell signal. They give a sell signal. Therefore, you enter a sell position, and you need to have your stop loss slightly above the high of the bearish engulfing pattern. And you can see the trend after the pattern happened, appeared, the market sold. Okay, so here you have your partial TP1, and you can have your TP2 final, or maybe you can even have TP3, but these will be long term. Okay, these will be long term. So for this to be valid, it has to be the prior trend has to be an uptrend. So this is an uptrend. That is the prior trend before the formation of this candle. And therefore, this candle, once the candlesticks pattern appear here, the bearish engulfing, it will signify reversal of an uptrend. Therefore, we are looking for a downtrend. And the reason why we are looking to sell. Okay. So the key pointers to note here, like I said, you need to remember that the prior trend is an uptrend. These I've shown you. This was the prior trend, which is an uptrend. The second candlestick should be a sell candle and must engulf the body of the first candlestick. So in this pattern, this is our second candlestick. It's a sell candlestick, and it should engulf the first candlestick. Okay, so you can see it has engulfed, completely engulfed this candlestick. Then you must have your stop loss slightly above the high of the bearish engulfing pattern. This is where we have our stop loss. This was the high, and therefore slightly above the high. And you need to shoot for a risk to reward ratio of at least 1:3, as I've always emphasized, for you to be profitable in the market in the long run, despite the situations whereby you'll have to take some losses, because in the market, you will have to take losses. There is no trader, however how expert he or she is, who makes 100% in the market always, all the time. No, that will be a total lie. And the reason why we do proper risk management, and the reason why we utilize the risk to reward ratio aspect to ensure that you remain profitable, even in instances where you scoop some losses. Okay. Then bearish engulfing patterns will signify continuation of a downtrend. So as you can see, we have a downtrend, and we have, so in the middle, the downtrend began here. So in the middle of the downtrend, we have the bearish engulfing signifying continuation. We have another bearish engulfing in the middle signifying continuation. And you can see the market bought. This line, you can see the yellow line that I've drawn here. We shall be looking at this. It's a trading strategy for you to be able to enter this using other strategies such as the bearish order block, which is the concept taught by ICT. This is not my concept, but the concept taught by ICT. The same case here. So once this happens, they form what we call like a bearish order block. And therefore, when the market retraces back to this point, you look to sell. You take your sell entry. You can see again at this point, when it formed here, this order block, when it formed here, it created this zone. It's like a zone of supply. And therefore, the market came, retraced all to there to this point, and it is sold. Okay. So I don't want to emphasize on that because we will be covering it as we proceed with our lesson. So the other point that you need to understand is that bearish engulfing patterns are used as an exit strategy in an uptrend. So this is an uptrend. Okay, this is an uptrend. So let's say you had taken your entry here for a buy and you are still holding the buy. So the moment this candlestick pattern formed, bearish engulfing candlestick pattern formed, it signifies to you that the market is about to reverse. And therefore, if you are in a buy in this uptrend, you will look to exit the trade so that you don't take losses. Okay, so that you don't take losses. The trade does not reverse all the way back to your entry. And therefore, when you do that, you'll be using the bearish engulfing pattern as an exit strategy. So, as you have seen, these bearish and bullish engulfing patterns are very powerful candlesticks patterns that you need to understand and try to incorporate them in your trading, and they will help you make high probability trade decisions that will give you profits. Okay, so the reason why they are categorized as part of high probability candlesticks patterns. Therefore, in the next lesson, we shall be looking at 3 candlesticks patterns, and we see the reason we are saying we see some types of such candlesticks and how to be able to trade them. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for watching this video. Ensure that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and also share to others so that they can benefit as well from this knowledge. Thank you, and see you in the next video.